History starts today. Let's do it. Good morning, 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 good morning. It's League Cup final day and welcome to a very special edition of the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you're well. We hope you're excited. We hope you're not nervous. But if you are, a little bit of healthy nerves is okay, right? A little bit of healthy nerves is just okay. It's just that thing that reminds you that something big is about to happen. And I effing hope it is about to happen. I'm Edwin Ash. This is the Big Arsenal Breakfast Show. Thank you for tuning in. It is Sunday, the 22nd of March, and you know what it is. You know what it is. It's the League Cup final day. It's the big one. Or it's a big one. I said this yesterday. What is it? It's a little big one. It's a big little one. It's big. It's definitely big, 100%. And we're going to go into that throughout the course of this show. But first, just a couple of little tiny bits of admin, Actually, first of all, what I do want to say is good morning to G-Dog. Good morning, G-Dog. He's in the chat. This guy's a dedicated fella. We love having you when you can get here, man. Thank you so much for your support. We really, really appreciate it. You, sir, can monopolize the chat all day, mate. You got it going on in there. So you got something to say, let me know. We'll talk about it. So thank you to G-Dog. Anyone else that's listening that maybe is not in the chat, fine, that's cool. But, don't be shy. Come and have a little say. You can also get in touch. You can get in touch at Big Ass Breakfast on TikTok, at Big Ass Breakfast on Insta, at Big Ass Brecky on X. If you're over on Blue Sky, at bigaskbreakfast.bsky.social. You can also email us if you like that, the old school way. It's show at bigask... What is it? I never get this right. Look, we've been running 3 weeks, right? I've memorized everything but our email address. But I can tell you now, with confidence, it is show at bigarsenalbreakfast.com. Show at bigarsenalbreakfast.com. I assure you it's definitely that. It's definitely that. So yeah, get in touch. And also, if you feel that way inclined, do us a favor. Just a little favor. As I said, we've been going 3 weeks and we love all the support that you've been giving to us. It's been amazing. Most people, I have to say, so far, we've had G-Dog in the chat. We've had some others in the chat. We've had emails. People like to email. People getting in touch with us on TikTok more so than the other socials. I have to say, it's just interesting to sort of like go, why TikTok and not so many other places? But either way, wherever you're based, your preferred method of doom scrolling, we're there to be your balm. Look, it's on the screen here. So you can 100% get involved in all of that. And we'd love to hear from you. But mostly, if you like the show, a like and subscribe really helps us grow. It really helps us get out to all the Gunners across the world, because this show has been designed specifically as an ego trip for me. No, it's been designed specifically to reach Gunners, to have your say, because I remember what it's like when you listen to podcasts, and all those podcasts are amazing. And there are some out there that do interact with their fans. Of course they do, and they're all fantastic. But I used to sit there and go, God, I really want to have my say. Where do I get more to get my say? I've got this burning desire to get my Arsenal opinions out there into the world. Well, this is the show for you, okay? This is it. Come and join us. We'll do the news, reviews, the occasional booze if that happens. Hopefully not many booze these days, but we'll do that. We'll do all of that. We'll include all of that news and stuff, but also we'll have a chat about it. So get involved, like, subscribe, it helps grow the channel. Thank you very much. I'll shut up going on about that. I will just break off to say, G-Dog says, I'm just watching Brighton beat Liverpool in the background. Hard league. Yes, it is, mate. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Very apt, G-Dog. Very, very apt. We'll talk about that in just a second. So today, we will preview the Cup final. We will predict Arteta's lineup. Today is big predictions day. What we're looking for today is not necessarily what you would like to see. We covered that yesterday. Some people got in touch about who they would like to start. But who do we think's going to start? Who's Arteta going to go with? And whether we kind of agree with that or not, but, there's not much to really get stressed about. I think the big keeper debate is the one that's sort of still rumbling on. We're waiting to see if he goes to the sort of loyalty of who got us there. And then, Raya, who's, the better goalkeeper, quite frankly. But that's what we're going to be looking at. Predictions, preview, your big ass opinions, your big ass team talks. Okay, we'll get into them. But But first, some general news. Which I've got the wrong slide up already. I've messed that up. We are looking at, what are we looking at? Results. That's what we're looking at, results. I mean, G-Dog's just said he's watching the Brighton-Liverpool game. Lol, that's funny. I hope you could do two things at once, mate. He says it's on in the background. Stay focused, G-Dog. I need you here with me, man. So, the Premier League results from yesterday. Excuse me. Leeds 0, Brentford 0. Everton 3. It's too easy. But we have to do it. Chelsea didn't manage to win that one. I got a load more of those word puns, to be honest with you. Got a load more. I don't know whether to just blurt them all out now or store them up for when, they all come, these results come crashing in for Chelsea. It is so funny. So funny. Fulham beat Burnley 3-1, and Brighton, as G-Dogs mentioned, beat Liverpool 2-1. My humble opinion, for anyone that gives a flying fish about the World Cup in England, I think Welbeck's got to go. Just so I really think he's got to go. He's in really good form. He's got something about him at the moment that screams to me experience, get you a goal, it's a real poacher. I would take him over probably any other striker in the Premier League at the moment as a backup to Harry always has to play Kane. So here we go. It is the big one. And we are going to start with our rivals. Okay, so for City, Gvardiol's out. Gay is ineligible to play. Other news being that Haaland will most likely be ready. He's fit. There was some talk about him maybe not being up. Yeah, that was never going to happen. So Haaland will be there. James Trafford will likely start. Pep said that he will start in goal. So I think, to me, I suspect that because of that, not because of that, I think Arteta's thinking is the same with Kepa. I think they both see this as an opportunity to keep that good squad culture going. The keeper that got you there, if he doesn't get picked, maybe some of the teams start to think, oh, hang on a minute, is that a bit fair? I don't know. But then they also might think we want to win a trophy and put out our best players. So Trafford's going to start likely. Stones and Rico Lewis, they've recovered from recent knocks. They were on the bench midweek, so they'll be there. I think, looking at it, I would say, and I don't want to spend too much focus on this, I would say the predicted 11 for City would be something like Trafford, Nunes, Kusanov, Diaz, Ait-Nouri, Bernardo, Rodri, Shirky, Semenyo, O'Reilly, Haaland. I think O'Reilly's fit, right? I think he is. And I have to say, on paper, this will come back and bite me on the arse, and people could clip it up. I have to say, on paper, I think we take them. I really, really think we take them. Now, we don't have much in the way of injury news, to be honest with you, because let's have a look. We don't have much in the way of injury news. I mean, Arteta was coy about Ødegaard and Timber. I don't think either of them start. Whether they both make the bench or not, I'm not sure. I think at this stage, I'd be more surprised if Timber made the bench than if Ødegaard did. I think Ødegaard does. I spoke about this yesterday. If he's going to feature, it's either going to be we need 10 minutes of him to wind down the clock at the end because we've got something good going on, or we need 20 minutes of him at the end because we're struggling to get something good going on. I don't think he plays much if he does. But other than that, it's a pretty fully fit squad. Other than Marino, I mean, we're looking good. We are looking really, really, really good. And we will have a little look at the predicted 11 next. But I'm just going to break off to see what G-Dog's put in the chat. He said about Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans are beyond angry now. They're in the expectant stage. Effing hilarious. I meant despondent. They are beyond angry. They're in the expectant, they're in the despondent stage. Well, I think that you sort of, it's a Freudian slip there. I think they're in the expectant stage that their manager's going to get sacked to G-Dog. That's what they're expecting. And so all are we, to be honest. But then they start the cycle again. Who the hell, this is not the big Chelsea breakfast show, but who the hell would want to take over Chelsea and why? Madness. The ownership is quite something. Right, back to us. So that's the injury news. Very little to report on. So let's have a look at what we think the predicted 11 will be. Excuse me. The predicted 11. Arteta's predicted 11. Not what we want to see, what we think we see. Now, I think he picks Kepa. I really think he picks Kepa. I think Havertz. Okay, so Kepa, Mosquera, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié, Zubamendi, Rice, Saka, Eze, Trossard, Gyökeres. That's what I think. That's what we think. That's what we're suspecting here at Babs HQ. What do you think? Who do you think he goes with? I mean, Havertz will still have a role to play. Maybe even Dalman, but again, I think Dalman is the break glass in emergency situation. Personally, I spoke about this yesterday. I would have liked to see Noddy ahead of Saka. Nonny. Did I say Noddy? Nonny ahead of Saka. Big ears on the left. But no, I'd like to see Nonny ahead of Saka. But purely because I think Saka's gassed. That's all. But if he's got it in him today, obviously Saka starts. Saka starts. Also, I think Nonny deserved a place. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That is what we think Arteta's going to go with. G-Dog, what do you think? What do you think he goes with? Yeah, that's what we think. That's what we think. So let's get into, I need to move some stuff around. Let's have a little look at what other people are saying today.
Apart from the two penalties he gave away, Shesh will never live down there. Way too dry.
Yeah, big old guff today of opinions. But it's not guff, it's good stuff. And then we are starting with this was from The Athletic, if I remember correctly. This was from The Athletic. And it's basically who fans of each club would rather see win the Premier League between Arsenal and Manchester City. Now, I thought this was interesting because there's a number of surprising thoughts on this. I won't dwell on this for too long because this is a positive show and it's a positive show about the League Cup final. But I just found it quite funny. Basically, I think with the exception of Brentford and who else is there? With the exception of Brentford, Palace, Everton, Fulham, thank you. Man United just edge it. And Forest. And who else is that below Forest? Sorry, I've got my screen. I can't really see that. I'm just going to move this around. Sunderland. So those teams I just mentioned would prefer Arsenal to win the league. All the others get in the bin. I cannot understand the hatred around Arsenal. I really can't, especially when we've spoken this at length. Why would you want... I sort of know why. People want City to win the league because they would believe it would be null and void because they basically cheated their way to get there. It's like a rivalry between clubs that actually matter, and then there's the one that has the cheat codes on. You go, well, just give it to them because then I don't have to have my feelings hurt when it's one of my traditional rivals. That's why. I thought it was interesting. But for the record, Brentford... who are we talking? Brentford, Palace, Everton, Fulham, and Man United even, and Sunderland, and Forest. You're all invited to the parade. If we have one. God, please let us have one. Please. G-Dog is talking about the lineups, his predicted lineups. He said, apart from Mosquera, I agree. Didn't even consider him. Could either be Ben or Durian. I'd probably start Calafiori if it were me and bring Hincapié to short it up later. Yeah, that was yesterday I wanted to see Calafiori. That was what I would like to see. I think it brings a bit more chaos, a bit more attacking oomph, but I just think that Arteta's going to go with solid safe Hincapié. That's the prediction. Thank you, G-Dog, for getting involved as ever. Stay tuned. Get some more opinions if you want. The floor is yours, my friend. So that was a bit interesting. Now, let's focus a little bit more on the League Cup. Pierre Hertin, I got in contact with him on Twitter last night. I thought this was quite nice. I think he's coming from, I've forgotten already. I think he's coming from Scandinavia. Do your research, Eddie. He's coming from a long way. He's coming from a long way. He said, here we go, boarding for London for the first time at Wembley for a final since 2018. Again, the fact that Arsenal haven't won the League Cup since 1993 is embarrassing. Bring it home tomorrow, up the Gunners, where you actually set up the Arsenal. Yes, the fact that we haven't won it in 33 fucking years is driving me mad. 33 years is a long time to not win one of the easier, more obtainable cups. Now, I know there's reasons for that. We used to play the kids and all that stuff, but we could have won some over the years. The Obafemi Martins final of 2011 with Birmingham, when we were really in the skids with Wenger and we hadn't won a trophy for 9 years and the pressure was on us and we absolutely clown showed it right at the end. That hurt. Chelsea won in 2007 or 6, the Walcott final. Didn't really care too much about that because it was the kids, but I did get excited when Walcott scored his debut goal. That was unreal. And the City one of 2018, never for a second, for a minute, thought we had any chance of winning that. And I think within about 5 fucking minutes, Mustafi went, I felt something in my back. And then Aguero ran over and lobbed the keeper and scored. And then it was all over after that, wasn't it? Let's face it. So I never felt that we were ever in that one. So that one didn't really hurt at all. And also it's City, peak, you could argue peak prime Manchester Cheaty. Yeah, so Pierre, good luck, my friend. I hope you have a wonderful day at Wembley. I really do. Moving on to the next one. Forgive me if I get all the pronunciation of these names wrong. I can't even pronounce it. Halal Weiler said, Kepa is nowhere near as good as Raya, but one of the things Arteta has over managers at other clubs around us is complete buy-in of his players. You start to lose that if you do things like bench a backup keeper for a cup final he helped get you to. Have to treat people right. That was in response to an Athletic post that said Kepa is set to keep his place in Arsenal's Carabao Cup team for Sunday's final against Manchester City. So yeah, I agree. I know what you mean. Those of you that are like, has to be Raya, and I wouldn't be disappointed. But I still think we can with Kepa. He's not, touch wood, a dreadful keeper. It's not, he deserves his shot. I think we can win it. I think Arteta thinks we can win it with him, so why not? Why not? Thought that was a good point from Halal. Back to G-Dog. He says, I find it strange that fans want City again and they don't want something different. First time the top two teams have played each other in the League Cup final. It's never happened before. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that stat somewhere and I can't remember where. Is it the first time or the first time in about 80 years? Or is it the first time ever? Whatever it is, it's a big stat. That says a lot though, I think, doesn't it? The first time the top two teams, League Cup final, have played each other. It says a lot about how people approach that final, I think, or approach that cup. Thank you, G-Dog, keeping me on the straight and narrow. We done number 3. We did number 3. Number 4. This came from FT Progression at FT Progression, who I just thought this was really poignant, really. He said, been reading a lot about Saliba and forgot that he lost his dad at 17 and his mum at 19. 3 loans later and so much scrutiny, he came out on top. He's now close to winning the league with his boyhood club. He's close to winning a lot with it. God bless him. Didn't realise that about his parents. And I just say that is some incredibly, seriously impressive mental strength. Thought that was a nice tweet. Right, Instant Karma. Instant Karma. Big opinion of the day.
Instant Karma take of the day.
Now, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, the Instant Karma take of the day. The take that, actually, do you know what? Normally what I do is I preface this by going, so it's the take of the day that brings down the temperature if we're feeling a bit too hot or pissed off. Or brings down the overzealousness if we're like, we've just had a massive win and we're going to win it all and why can't we go on and win the World Cup? All that sort of stuff. This is sort of take, just levels us off nicely, brings us down to reality. But today I just went with a straight up funny, to be honest with you. And it came from Paddy at Paddy Arsenal. I know you know him. He said, oh no, another Liverpool loss. Arsenal are going to be getting it in the Telegraph this week. Yeah. Say no more, really. I mean, that really is it. I mean, I saw a stat, and it's now impossible for Liverpool to catch us in the league, right? I mean, that was going to happen. 21 points behind. 21 points behind. They can no longer, I mean, that is again, I don't want this to be, this is supposed to be focusing on the League Cup final. I don't want this to be a show today about the media and how absolutely terrible they are, etc., etc., etc. But they've gotten away with it, haven't they, Liverpool? There is absolutely no scrutiny on them whatsoever. We're top of the league and we're getting shit and pelters and strays from all over the place. Liverpool have gone and basically done their worst, the worst title defense of any team I can think of in recent history, in any history, with the exception of Leicester. But there's reasons for Leicester. There are reasons for Leicester. Come on now. And they have just had nothing from the media. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Whilst we're slagging off other teams, G-Dog said, he said, you want a straight up funny, watch Sanchez's performance for Chelsea yesterday. I know. Do you know what this is why there was a time, G-Dog, and people that are listening on the podcast or later on today, there was a time where I came off social media for a very long time. I won't go into the reasons why, but I just found it a bit depressing. Not so much to do with football, but I just like, I don't need this now. I think it's, it's a bit weird, right? It can be a bit hateful and whatever. But yesterday I was reminded of why it can be so glorious. And it's people going back and digging up old tweets about basically how much better Sanchez is than Raya are. You guys that mine those tweets and find those little flip 180s, you are the guys. You're the reason why I stay online. You're not the only reason I stay online. There's a lot of reasons why I stay online, but yeah, G-Dog, you're right. Okie dokie. Now, there is one thing I want to break for a second just to say something. So coming up in a minute, we have I'm just going to move some bits around here. Bear with me a second. Coming up in a minute, we do have your big ass team talks, okay? But I wanted to have a stab at this myself. Okay. I want to have a stab at this myself because basically, I think that today isn't just another final. Look around you. This isn't just another final. It's the destination of a long, hard road. We remember where we were when we started under Mikel, the whispers, the doubts, the jokes, the days when we were the punchline of every joke. But those jokes have gone. They've gone silent. You just didn't survive the storm. You became the storm. And I wanted to say to the team, you're on the verge of history. You carry a magic so potent that it transcends time. It is a legacy so prestigious that any man who ever pulled on the shirt, even if only for 5 fleeting seconds, can walk tall for the rest of his life and say, I played for the Arsenal. That is the standard. That is the gravity of the cannon on the chest. So today, you don't just play to fulfill our dreams or your dreams. You play to manifest them. You play for the kid in the North Bank, for the legend in the statues outside, and for every soul that never stopped believing. You have the chance to stitch your names into the very fabric of the club, woven alongside the greats, permanent and untouchable. Prove them wrong one more time. And remember this, if the battle grows long, if you feel down and out or surrounded by a threat, when you look for a weapon to strike back, look to each other and look to us in the stands, because we don't just support this team. We are the Arsenal. Scene. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Thank you for listening. Right. You still with me, G-Dog? Hope you're still there. He switched off. It's like, fuck this. Where's this shit? Okay. What are we doing? Okay, it's big ass team talk time.
Keep it simple.
One touch, two touch.
And then go in the mix.
Get it on the deck.
The inverted wingbacks need to occupy the half space to create a numerical overload in the central pivot.
Oh, come on, let's do it. G-Dog, if you're there, get your team talks in. We'll have it. I love this section of the show. So this is the part of the show where we entreat you to give your team talk, what you would say on game day, to the guys before they go out. And I have to say, people have emailed, and it's always the same people, starting with North London Nerd. North London Nerd said his team talk would be, lads, look at the badge before you walk out. We aren't here to compete in finals. We're here to win them. Arteta has talked about the non-negotiables for years. This 90 minutes is the ultimate non-negotiable. Don't let the occasion swallow the performance. If we dominate the first 15 minutes and pin them in their own third and grab that first goal, their heads will drop. Bring that trophy back to N5. Thank you, North London nerd. Afternoon Delight says, I've spent all week worrying about their reaction to going out in the Champions League. But then I remembered we have Saliba and Gabriel. Why am I sweating? My team talk is simple. Trust the system. We don't need worldies from 30 yards. I think we do. Or it'd help. Though it would be nice, we need that relentless, suffocating pressure we've perfected. Keep the ball, tire them out, and clinical finishes only. My blood pressure can't take extra time, so let's wrap this up in 70 minutes, please. Yes, Afternoon Delight. My blood pressure can't even take 90 minutes. Good God. And then, lastly, Simon Rees emailed in. So this is for the history books. Years from now, people should look at this squad and see winners, not just challengers. Play with the arrogance of the Invincibles and the grit of the 89 squad. Every tackle should feel like a statement. Wembley is our second home. Trophy 1 of 4. Oh my God. Simon Rees. Really? You've gone with the Q word. Ah, I'm not sure I can handle that. But thank you guys for getting in touch. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. G-Dog, thank you so much for joining. Really, really appreciate it. We hope we'll see you tomorrow. And anyone else that's been watching, join us tomorrow. Monday to Friday, we're 7 a.m. Weekends, we're 9 a.m. And let's have a fucking good one today. Let's hope it's big. Let's hope it's huge. Let's hope we get that first trophy on the board. Whatever happens today, though, we'll be back 7 a.m. tomorrow. Enjoy your Sunday. Come rain or shine. We are the Arsenal. Get your arse in gear.